Okay, everybody, this is part one. We got Miranda, Kenny's wife. She lives in West Virginia, about 10 minutes or so from the Eastern Correctional Facility he's at right now. The jail that has all this inhumane treatment that's going on. I haven't heard from Kenny in a while, but here is his wife to do the first interview. Miranda, welcome to Life After Lockdown.
Thank you for having me.
First question is, how did you meet Kenny?
We actually met on Facebook. I thought he was cute, so I sent him a friend request, and he accepted. We started talking, and we just never stopped.
Cool. Okay. At first, did you know that he was an ex-con or in and out of the system when you guys were talking?
I did not. I didn't know right away. He told me the next day, actually.
Okay, how do you feel about that? Did you feel more or less you didn't care, or you cared, or concerned?
It didn't bother me at all.
Didn't bother you at all? That's what's up.
No.
So you're a real one. It didn't even bother you. Just you go about. You don't judge a person before
Right,
before
exactly.
getting with them or meeting with them. That's what's up. Have you visited Kenny since he's been locked down?
I have not, and that has to do with COVID.
Okay.
They are not opening the visits at the jail. I don't know why, because it's behind glass already. But I see him on the video visits.
Yeah. And you're watching the Life After Lockdown interviews I had with him too.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have a correspondence, you know what I mean, just to work with and see if you heard from him and stuff like that, because you told me the jail be locking them down a lot, so.
Yeah, they're so short-staffed over there that, they'll be out they come out at 6:30 in the morning or 5:30 for breakfast, and they're out until 5:30, which is around dinner time, and then they lock them back down. And then they used to let them back out around 8:30, but here lately they've been keeping them locked down after dinner until the following morning, sometimes longer.
Yeah, that could be probably one of the reasons I personally haven't heard from him in 3 days.
I haven't heard from him either.
Wow, yeah, he's probably locked down, going through it right now.
Yeah.
And you support him when I'm sure you support him. Yeah, like you told me before, you support him while he's in there. Books, money on the books, phone.
Absolutely.
And if
anything and everything that I can possibly do,
right,
it gets done.
Yeah, like you try to visit them, but they're blocking that,
Yeah.
How's his spirits feel when he's talking to you, other than me?
Well, I mean, he tends to be in good spirit the majority of the time. He does have his days where he's utterly depressed, and that breaks me down, because when he's not happy, I'm not happy. So I try to make every conversation we have count, and make him feel good and try and lift him up, because being where he's at, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. Because, and to my knowledge, from me knowing Kenny, and I think he's told me this before, that this is the longest sentence he's ever had.
Yes.
This is 20 years is no joke. And it upset me too. It got me thinking about him all the time too. Like, why ain't calling a lockdown?
This is not including what he has back up in Maryland.
Yeah. Oh, he has backup and charges.
Time. Yeah, in Maryland. So this is going to be quite a stretch for us.
So he has to do that after West Virginia?
That's what I was told. I don't know for certain, but I was told that once he finishes his sentence in West Virginia, he will be extradited to Maryland, where he will attend court and get his time, if any, for leaving the program that he was in.
And you know what's crazy? When he said he got 20 years for stealing a scooter, that's a separate incident? Or is this? Yeah. That's incredible, man, because You know, Kenny is a good-hearted dude, man. He's just got caught up in the system. He has brothers that in and out. I did time with
Yeah.
his other two brothers, his other Anthony and Jason. I haven't met the
Mhm.
other younger brother, but I heard he has trouble with the laws too sometimes. But you know, it's just it's hard facing the odds when and hard for his mother and stuff like that. But it's hard for him personally. Even if you know when he gets out here, when he finally gets out, he's gonna be damn near 50 years old. You know, he may
Yeah.
be. You know.
And it's time to fly right.
Mm-hmm. And how many children do you have by Kitty?
So while we don't have any children together, not yet.
Okay.
I have three daughters, ages 17, 14, and 13.
Okay.
And Kenny has a 17-year-old daughter as well.
How long were you with Kenny post before he got locked up?
We got together January of 2020.
So
And
okay.
he got locked up in May of 2020.
Oh, so you guys a fairly new relationship then?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're holding them down. You know what I
I'm
mean?
doing my best.
Like a real G, trying to do your best with all these kids. Now did the kids take him in? Did the kids like him right away and stuff like
They
that?
love him. They love him. My oldest actually calls him Dad.
Oh,
And she is in the process of wanting to get her last name changed.
oh, really? To his last name?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's all. Now you guys are legally married or just?
We are not.
Okay.
Not yet, but we will be.
And yeah, and the 20 years doesn't matter. You want to marry this man. You love this
I
man,
want
right?
to marry him. I want to spend the rest of my life with him.
That's dope. That's dope. Because, like I said, man, he's a good dude, man. He's definitely different from his older brother. Not taking it away from his older brother, but
I've never met any of his siblings except for one.
oh yeah. The first one I was to meet was Jason, and then Kenny, then Anthony. But you know, out of Ant's cool. You got to you know.
I talked to Anthony. They sound exactly alike. Like if I didn't know
Yeah.
exactly who I was talking to, I would have been confused.
The only difference is with that, Kenny has a more chill back personality. Anthony is more like hyper active. You know what I mean? Like stuff like
Yeah.
that. Sometimes he could be chill, but most of when I met him, he's like, you know, more hyperactive. Not saying that's bad. It's just, you know,
Right.
Kenny is a more relaxed guy out of the three brothers
Yeah.
that I know and did time with.
Okay.
You know, and
Yeah.
the last time I did time with him was in CCDC, and I think he was waiting to be transferred. He wasn't there long. Back in 2014, I think it was.
I think so. Yeah.
But that's dope that you know you're supporting them through a 20-year bid and some backup time in Maryland, and
Absolutely.
and hopefully he said around like 6 years, 6.5, maybe 7, he'll be eligible for parole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he behaves, let's
Has he?
cross our fingers.
Has he? I mean, as far as you know.
As far as I know, I mean, he's had his issues to deal with in there, but who doesn't?
Right. Because I know.
I'm sure it's not easy.
I know he's no step over. I know he takes up and defends himself. No doubt about that.
Yeah,
He can
does
get down
that.
when he wants to. You know, but he's not that person to brag about it. Only when he's pushed, man. You know what I mean? That's that type of personality, and he don't deserve him and all the other people don't deserve the treatment they're getting at that Eastern Correctional Jail
Absolutely not.
in West Virginia.
I mean, I've been incarcerated before. I was actually incarcerated at the same jail for all but 2 days, and I couldn't stand those 2 days. Like it's horrible.
And you know, with this, with the situation on treatment in there, not be able to clean your cell, and you know, properly precaution for COVID and all that stuff.
That and they just pile you into a cell with a bunch of other people,
Yeah,
so you
3
have
to a
no
cell.
space.
Yeah, 3 to a cell, and you could tell by the interviews that the man is still patient. He's not acting. He rarely curses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just a good-hearted dude, man, and that's why I'm pushing. I want to keep pushing his interviews with him because your average inmate and average friends that I have would be cursing out a storm. You know what I mean? Be begging for
Yeah.
this. Yo, put money, do this and that and that. But Kenny, he's patient. He's just, it's messed up, man. Like he
It
said
is.
himself, his words. It's just his, when he gets out, it's always his environment, his surroundings.
Yeah.
And he seems like he
So
can't
we've
get out
got
of.
to, yeah, we've got to try to do things a little differently this time around
Right.
when he comes home.
And when he finally does, you said something that you guys like to move, move somewhere where
Yeah,
it's deep
we
woods.
actually want to go to North Carolina.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's beautiful out there. And-
Yeah, and neither one of us. I mean, I have some family down there, but it's all about people, places, and things. You know, just to get out of that habit, to break that cycle.
Right.
Is a fresh start is what is needed.
He absolutely has to get away. I think that's the only
Yeah.
thing that could save him. I really do, man. From
I agree.
being pulled back
That and
in.
love.
Yeah, that and just be loved. Like you said, his kids, your children love him, and even want to name their last name of them. And
Yes,
he needs all the love he can get, man, because he's in one of the roughest.
does, and he's very overdue for it.
Yep, he's in one of the roughest situations he could be at right now for a human being, and that's not even prison yet, you know.
No, I mean prison is much better.
Freedom wise, yeah, but it could be also more violent too.
This
And,
is true.
you know, does he talk about another topic? Does he talk about like how he eats in there, like how he hooks up? What do they like? I know Delaware.
Yeah.
Delaware has a name for they call it boonas.
It's a hookup pizza, is what he calls it.
Okay, hookup pizza. Is that the word they
Yeah.
use in West Virginia? Maryland uses hookups or wraps. Delaware calls them boonas, whatever. It's just different nicknames for each commissary stuff.
They're called hookups up here as well.
He probably talks to y'all excited like, "Hey, babe, I just did this hookup. It was slamming."
He'll call and say, him and the boys just finished eating the pizza and he's stuffed
And that's what you gotta appreciate. You know, they appreciate that little stuff like soups and little summer sausages and stuff and tuna. That don't mean nothing to us out here.
I have his commissary order down pat, memorized.
That's what's up. And that little stuff don't mean nothing to us out here, but it's everything to them.
Yes, absolutely.
And he keeps a workout routine. He does like I do, like I said before. There's nothing else to do, but even if there was something to do, he's always worked out and kept his mind and body sharp because you have to. You never know when some stuff will pop off, you know. And
he's in there getting all buff.
the kids are staying strong for him. The kids talk to him on the phone and stuff like that.
They talk to him on a regular basis, and they're doing good. You know, my oldest, she has her moments where she'll break down. His oldest, whom I consider mine as well, she has her days too. Even I have my days, but we try and be strong for him. Because if he's in there breaking down, or we're out here breaking down, it's going to break him down even more.
I'm sure. And you told me one time that he don't really have contact with his family like that, does he?
I mean, he does, but not as much as he has with us. I don't know how often he talks to his mom. I don't think he talks to his dad.
Okay.
But I know he talks to his daughter and a few of his brothers.
Well, thank God he has you guys, man. Has
Thank
he
you.
has he ever got any write ups or anything like that since he's been at this jail?
He has. I'm not sure how many.
Yeah.
And I know that he hasn't been convicted of any charged or convicted of any jailhouse
Inside
drama.
stuff. Yeah, inside stuff. But, you
Yeah,
know, what some write ups, though, you got to do what you got to do in certain situations. Somebody
absolutely,
gets in your
absolutely.
face, you know, and you gotta prove yourself. There's all grown men, especially
Hmm.
through the cell, and you can't be no pushover, man.
Right.
And some may not be his fault. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
with
and there are some things that cannot be avoided.
no, that cannot absolutely not be avoided. And with the treatment that they're doing, it adds to that. You know,
Yeah, yeah, and it's bad.
it's just it's just insane that that out here they push that code that I just want to see the C word so it don't get censored. They push it so hard on the news and out here for us, but for them it's just like whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're human beings too. Like
Hmm.
like I said, and he agreed with me too, that jail is already punishment as it is, and there's laws for treating in jail for treating
Hmm.
inmates inhumanely. I mean, jail is
Yeah, that
already the
there
punishment.
is, and that's exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah, he tells me the guards are run the jail and are big corn-fed guards that are ignorant
Hmm.
and and they'll test you too. They want you to rack up charges. They don't want you to go home.
Yep.
A lot of people, listeners, don't understand that. They
I
think
mean, they're even rude when you call on the phone.
absolutely. When my little brother just did 2 months, little 2 months in Gander Hill,
Hmm.
just calling for information like that. They're miserable people. Not all of
Yeah.
them, but you got a very few, like maybe 1 out of 6 is a good CO that's cool that will do something if you ask them to do it for you in there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you are gonna act that way and you must hate your job, I mean, then why work there? You know, because
yeah, and they claim
there's plenty of people who are criminals that just didn't get caught.
exactly. And they claim, hey, we're in prison too. That's no way to justify it. You could get another job, bro. There's so
Hmm.
many jobs for hire in the windows of every store, restaurant, whatever.
Especially with the economy trying to boost itself back up, there's plenty of work.
Right, right. And when he does finally get out, he's gonna be on probation, I'm sure, or parole for a while. Or
Absolutely,
uh,
absolutely. So we've got to develop, the home plan and get everything in place so that his transition from prison to home isn't overwhelming,
yeah,
and that he's capable of doing it, that he doesn't feel pressured or want to fall back into old ways.
yeah, because he definitely doesn't have plans to max out this time, day by day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you can hear it in his heart that that he's trying to do the best he can with the conditions
yeah,
that he's living under.
yeah, absolutely.
But that is dope, man. That he got you and the
I'm glad
kids.
that I have him too.
Yeah, it's just if he went in there single, it gives you, from my experience, it gives you so much hope to talk to somebody on the phone, have money on the
Yeah,
books.
absolutely. They look forward to that letter
Yeah,
before
letters.
lock
Yup,
in, and the commissary day, and all of
letters.
that.
I
Phone
forgot
calls,
about them.
messages, everything.
You write them letters too, right?
Yes, we write back and forth all the time.
Yeah. See, when they call, hey, letters, and or mail call,
Yeah,
and then your name is called, boy. Let me tell you,
it's
if it seems like you got
it's like you
almost,
moonwalking.
it seems like you got a back, yup, like you're moonwalking right to the letter, right to the CO, handing out
Hmm.
the letters. It seems like you got bag and baggage call. Not as happy, but you're happy, man. That
Yeah,
correspondence means everything,
it absolutely does.
and more friends of his that are hearing this locally, that are subscribed and will be subscribed in the future, should at least don't forget, that Kenny's a good dude, man. That yeah,
Absolutely.
he's broke the law. He's doing his time for it and being punished right now for it. So, you always have them people to say, well, he broke the law, he deserves it. Okay. Well,
That
he's in
doesn't
there.
make him a bad person.
No,
Not at
absolutely.
all.
I always say there's at least 30% out of 30% good people out of and 70% people that probably need to be there in the jail system, or maybe 50-50.
Yeah.
It's that bad. It's in prison industrial complex. They make money off of him.
Yeah,
Every
and
year.
that's all it is. There is no reform.
No reform.
There's no rehabilitation. There's nothing. There's nothing. All they do is just sit there and stare at the walls all day.
Right. That's the same thing Kenny talked about. He would like to. I don't know if does he have GED or high school diploma.
I think so. I'm not sure. But there are no I don't believe there are any programs within that jail.
Because
I don't even think they have Bible study.
They can't take religion from you. They cannot do that or go to church, or for Muslims they can't do that stuff.
I don't know if it's because of COVID, but that's no excuse. I mean, how many inmates go to Bible study at one time?
Yeah, it's just a reason to
it's just a reason not to do it.
For COs to do less work when they're working.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
It's incredible, man. That man, it's very frustrating, and
it is, and nobody is doing anything about it. I mean, we have to start somewhere. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to spread the word. I don't care if I sound like a broken record. What that prison and jail correctional system is doing is wrong.
Unfortunately,
they don't even have plasticware. They have to eat with their hands unless they have money to buy, plasticware off of commissary.
Yeah, they don't even have sporks, the fork and
Nope.
spoon. That's terrible, man.
Nope.
I've never heard of a jail not having
Me
utensils.
neither. Me neither.
It's
insane.
That's incredible. Yeah, like the way the United States works, you got to keep on it. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the only language that these COs, correctional officers, understand is you got to get stern with them. If you're nice to them on the phone or in person while you're in jail, from my experience, they don't do nothing. So you have to be an asshole to them to get anything done.
Exactly.
It's sad.
Exactly.
They don't respect.
Nope. I call up there and harass and ask questions almost every day.
Jeez.
Almost every day. They know when it's me on the phone. We'll just put it that way.
Right. They know when Miranda's calling, huh?
Yes, they do.
Damn right. They should too.
Absolutely.
Keep them on their toes, Because I'm joining the fight with you on this one, and it ain't going to stop, because from my experience, I know what he's going through, except for that bad enough. When I was in jail, I've been out almost 8 years now, and with the COVID thing now and all this untreatment, I had never experienced that, so I couldn't imagine it. I'd be racking up charges myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that they don't even bring cleaning supplies around.
Incredible.
Come on, but you want to get rid of COVID and social distancing, but how can you social distance if there's 3 men in a cell?
Right.
You don't disinfect. You don't let them shower. It's COVID heaven.
Right. Exactly. Well, Miranda, I'm happy he has somebody like you and the children to support him. We'll keep up to date. We'll do another interview, and in the future we'll do a video interview. I just want to do a summary that so the people and the viewers can see that Kenny does have support and people that love him. Because your average viewer, they either feel for the person or they don't. But for the people that do, he does have somebody that loves him and thinks about him every day and writes him and puts money on his phone and books. I put money on his phone so he could communicate and And anybody else in this treatment, we urge them to join this channel, right?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to chat with some of the wives and even some of the inmates to see, what's going on in their position and the facility that they're in. Reach out, keep in touch. Let's do it.
Because there's a lot of Kennys out there getting treated just like that.
There is. I don't care if it's needing a pen pal or needing commissary. Somebody always needs something.
Yeah.
And if people are able to help, then they should help.
Yep. And I urge any listeners that's listening to this to subscribe, share, and hit that like button to get this out, because as you see, this woman here really loves her husband. If she knew he was a bad guy and was done with him, she would have left him a while ago. And she's standing tall, feet on the ground, you know what I mean, 10 toes down with Kenny. And so that should mean a lot. Yeah, right. So till next time, Miranda, I appreciate you coming on. We'll be having more interviews.
Absolutely.
Yes, no problem. And let's keep our prayers for Kenny to stay strong.
Yes, please.
And appreciate for you coming on Life After Lockdown.
No problem.
Anything you want to say to the people?
I just want to thank them for listening. And to keep on listening, because we need to spread the word. People aren't being treated equal just because they're in a jumpsuit and behind some walls.
That's it, and that's what it is for part 1. Thank you, Miranda, for your time on this Friday night. Get back to them children that miss their daddy, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well.
All right, now. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, that was Kenny Maniscalco's soon-to-be wife when he gets out, or if he's in prison, if he's allowed to marry in that West Virginia prison he's waiting to go for 16 months now at this jail. If this prison allows him to marry, I'm sure she'll marry him in there, because she said she doesn't want to wait. Maybe she wants to wait for a big wedding, but it's a great thing that she supports this man. And, like I said, I knew a lot of good people, a lot of people that don't need to ever see freedom. And I wouldn't do this for Kenny if I didn't know he was a good person. So shout out to Miranda for staying strong for her man, keeping it real when things get thick in life, as it always does. Struggle never ends. Don't matter how much money you have or popularity, it could always strike you at any moment. I thank you for viewing, listening to this audio podcast on this Friday night on September 10th, 2021. This is PD Rax checking out on Life After Lockdown. Talk to you later.